We would get up, get ready for school, rushing a little bit to the bus, and of course he'd go to school, and then depending on the day, he'd come home. We'd have a quick snack, and we'd be off to either soccer or karate
Cub Scouts or
basketball
golf. Or
so
very hectic all the time, some kind of sport.
yeah, we were maybe one night a week we were home. We were rushing to some kind of activity for Whit pretty much every day, and the same thing on Saturday.
1 week, we're testing for his brown belt in karate, and he pumps out 120 push-ups. He's just a solid piece of metal, but he was crying. Then he had to spar, and he ran out of oxygen. And then he went over a friend's house, and on the trampoline he had some bruises. And the next day he's riding home from the bus, and the bus driver calls and said he couldn't breathe. So we take him to the hospital, and the helicopter was down at MCV, so they rush him off in this super huge ambulance.
The trauma transport.
And so you go from 1 week doing 120 push-ups and 50 crunches and sparring to 3 days later, he can't walk the 10 feet to the bathroom, and I'm carrying him like a baby, and this radioactive yellow stuff is coming out of every hole he has, and he's telling me, "Daddy, I'm gonna die."
I think at first you not even realize it's Ask helping, because it's kind of almost seamless in a way. Katie in the clinic she was always there, and she'd check in. Does Whit need an iPad or something to play with, or a game? Or Tom David in the hospital, who comes to see Whit, and they blow bubbles with each other, and Whit just loves to see Tom David. It makes him so happy. Elizabeth Robinson, one of the doctors on the team, she has helped Whit tremendously. This poor kid who's never had to take a pill in his life now has to take these pills every day, and it's not easy. I mean, it's not easy for me to take a pill, and she's been there to help him learn how to do that and work through his fears and explain to him what's happening to his body and what's happening with the leukemia and what the chemo does for the leukemia. And it was a godsend, because we could understand it, but how do you tell him? And how do you tell him when he's going to lose his hair? And they've just been really great.
And the mental side, they address that, where he gets to be around other kids that have been through that. And half the people help him to play games, they had cancer when they were younger.
They really approach like the whole family, because they're in the hospital, they're in the clinic, they're providing social activities for the kids. With the Halloween party, they provided parents' night out, and they had local restaurants that gave discounts to the asked parents. I mean, it's just such a holistic approach to help, physically and spiritually and emotionally, and they just do an amazing job.
Why did the toilet paper try to cross the road, but he didn't make it?
I don't know.
Because he got stuck in a crack.
He has a very dry sense of humor. For his age, he's really smart, which maybe is his downfall. But some of the things that he will say just catch me off guard. And I like kids who have spunk, because if they're spunky and have that fighting back attitude, I know they're gonna get through this.
I always thought it was pretty tough, but it's so overwhelming. Childhood cancer is so overwhelming. And men don't cry, I know, but nobody was looking the last 7.5 months. I've cried every day. Maybe tomorrow I won't. So we'll see.
That's what I like to share to people when everybody asks me where I work, and I tell them, you see that, oh. And yes, it is sad, but there are so many awesome stories of our families, regardless of even how the story ends. These kids are amazing. So we're the lucky ones, because we get to work with them.
Some of the best times of our lives have been in the last 7.5 months, because we appreciate things we never appreciated before, like your boy answering the phone saying, "Hello, Daddy."
Some realizations you get out of just how precious life is, and how your life can change in an instant, and
In an instant. It can happen to anybody.
Do not waste an opportunity to see the splendor of life.